Oh my God, it was like Brussels sprout candy. Hey everybody, Pete Warner here in Epcot with this week's episode of the Disney Dining Show, coming to you from the Canadian Pavilion. We're going to have lunch at Le Cellier, which I haven't done Le Cellier in years. Not always the easiest restaurant to get a reservation for, so I was excited when I was able to get it. Today I'm going to be joined by two really, really good friends of mine from BigFatPanda.com, Mr. John Saccheri, and a senior editor for The Diz, Ms. Jackie Gailey. And just a reminder, this video, along with all the content we produce, brought to you by DreamsUnlimitedTravel.com. If you like our content, please show your support. Book your next Disney vacation with Dreams Unlimited Travel. We definitely appreciate it. Okay, so for my appetizer, I got the baby iceberg wedge salad, trying to be good. I know, I could have gotten the cheddar cheese soup, but I had some of Jackie's and I had some of Panda's. It's trying to be good. And it was a very, very good salad, very fresh. It was $16. I would love to read to you what was in it, but the light is so low in here and my eyes are so bad that I can't read this. You know, iceberg lettuce, blue cheese, bacon crumbles, heirloom tomatoes, not heirloom tomatoes, the small round yellow tomatoes. Cherry tomatoes, thank you. And it was very good. It was really good. Hit the spot. And of course, the cheddar cheese soup that I tasted from Jackie and Panda. As always, amazing. Now, what Panda originally ordered, not so much. But I'll let him talk about that.
So I originally got the French onion soup. If there's French onion soup on the menu, I'm getting it because I want to be a connoisseur of French onion soup. Oh my God, it was bad. Not only was it lukewarm, and I want soup hot. I don't care if I have to wait for it to cool off. Don't give me lukewarm soup. Even though the cheese was melted, it was lukewarm. But the flavor, I don't know. It was even worse than the bad onion soup on the cruise, the Dream, which sometimes is good. But there were onions in it. The flavor, I don't even know how to describe it. It wasn't beefy. It wasn't oniony. It was really, I know Pete used the word dishwater once, and that's what I would say it tasted like.
Toilet water.
Toilet water. So yeah, it was bad. So I sent it back. I mean, that for me to do that, it's gotta be bad. And I got the Canadian cheddar cheese soup because I had already tasted Jackie's, and there was some pretzel bread in a basket here.
I got the ever popular Canadian cheddar cheese soup, which I haven't had in about 9 or so years. And it is so good. It's got a Moosehead pale ale, applewood smoked bacon, and cheddar cheese, and it's so delicious. And you guys have to understand that I am not a fan of beer. I don't like beer. If I can even taste a hint of beer in anything, I don't like it. And so the fact that I love this, I don't taste beer in this soup. It's so good. And for a huge dish of it, it's $13, which is not bad. And John's French onion soup was also $13. So if you're going back and forth on how, which soup you want to try, definitely do the Canadian cheddar cheese soup. Because I tasted his French onion, and it had like a sour bite to it. I don't know, I can't put a finger on what exactly it was, but there was something sour in it. Like, I don't know if the onions were a little too old, maybe. I just don't know. They had turned already, maybe. Who knows? But it was a little weird. This stuff is the way to go with the pretzel bread. Yum.
Okay, for my main course, I ordered the New York strip steak I'm going to guess it's about 16 ounces. $52. Came with au gratin potatoes, a nice creamy sauce. I'm not sure exactly what it was because I can't read the menu. And we also ordered some of the maple whiskey glazed Brussels sprouts that were $12. That were out of this world. Oh my God, it was like Brussels sprout candy. It was so good. My steak was excellent. It was perfectly prepared. The quality of the steak was good, very good. It was expertly seasoned. Just some salt and pepper, not a lot of, nothing crazy. Because when you have a good steak, you don't need to do those things. You don't need to cover it up with rubs and things like that. Not that rubs can't be great, and not that steakhouses won't put a rub on a really good steak. I'm just saying, more likely than not, if it has a rub, chances are it's not as high a quality steak as what I just had. Now, for New York Strip, $52 is definitely on the high side. So, but I do not feel ripped off. I do not feel ripped off. I thought this was a great meal, really enjoyable. So, yeah.
Okay, so for my main course, originally I was going to get the filet mignon, but then Jackie just, she just came right in and got it. No, I wanted to get something different, and I was looking at, a lot of times when there's impossible meat on the menu, I kind of like it. Not because I won't eat real meat, I just want to give you guys the opinion of what it would be if you were vegan or did not eat meat. In any event, this was a steamed Asian impossible dumpling, and it was impossible meat dumplings, bok choy, Chinese long beans, red peppers, radish, fragrant Asian broth. I liked it a lot. The dumplings were like little packages. There might have been 5 of them. They were pretty big, and they were filled with what I think would be like a meatball with maybe, I don't know if it was ginger. There was a specific flavor there that told me it was Asian, and I liked it a lot. I left kind of the vegetables and stuff in there, but if you're going to go meatless and you wanted to feel like you were eating meat, that's the thing to get. Going back to those Brussels sprouts, amazing. I still am eyeballing it. I think I'm going to have more. Creamed spinach I got, a little different than usual. Looks like it had some cheese on the top of it. Delicious. I mean, like really flavorful cream. If you say, oh, no, I don't like spinach, taste it. You might like spinach.
For my main course, I got the Le Cellier filet mignon, and it's a AAA Canadian tenderloin with mushroom risotto, asparagus tomato relish, and a truffle butter sauce. It is $59, very pricey, but it's about what you're going to pay for a filet on Walt Disney World property. And I ordered mine cooked medium, and they did it absolutely perfect, just how I like it. It was soft like butter, so good. And like Pete was saying, with a steak, seasoning it well doesn't mean a whole bunch of seasonings. It means salt and cracked black pepper. That's really all you need on a great steak, and that's what mine had, and they did it perfect. So I love it when that happens, because salt is such a, everyone has a different idea of how much salt food needs. And I love when they do about the average, because for me it was just perfect. I didn't have to add a thing to it. It was so good. And also want to mention that I do not typically like mushrooms at all. Like I don't like the texture of them. I really don't like the flavor of them, but this mushroom risotto is to die for. And if I didn't know it was mushroom risotto, I wouldn't have tasted mushroom in it at all. So it's so good. I ate one of the tomatoes, and that was really good. The asparagus was kind of odd to me. I didn't love that. I usually like to broil asparagus under the broiler for like 5 minutes, and that's kind of how I like it. So this was a little different to me. It wasn't my favorite thing, but the entree was really, really good. And the Brussels sprouts are just like everyone else said, Brussels sprout candy. So when I was growing up, my mom used to boil Brussels sprouts, so they were never my thing at all. But now that everybody's doing them with this maple and bacon, I mean, what's not to love? It's like dessert in cabbage form. So, yeah. And I tasted John's creamed spinach as well. So, usually when I eat spinach, it's steamed or in a salad. So, I wasn't too sure about creamed spinach, but I took a bite and it was really good. So, if you're a creamed spinach fan, you'll really like that. So, the price on John's steamed Asian Impossible dumplings was $34. So, not too shabby.
Okay, so we've decided, since we're having lunch, not dinner, we decided to skip dessert. So the total for appetizers, main course, 3 adults, no alcohol, $220.76. So not exactly the cheapest meal in the world, but also not the most expensive meal that I've had at Walt Disney World. So I polled the table on a scale of 1 to 10. John and I gave this an 8. Jackie gave it a 9. This was very good. Expensive, but very good. And I don't mind paying extra if the food delivers. And the food definitely delivered, as did our server, Tori. I wanted to make sure I gave her a shout out. She's been great. So the service has been wonderful. The food was great. Atmosphere in here is always fantastic. It's a unique restaurant, and it's been a long time since I've been here, so it's kind of nice to be back. And that is going to do it for this week's episode of the Disney Dining Show. We hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you again next week.